Welcome to my craft desk. On my desk today I have rather a good collection of my vintage inspired items, and I thought I'd share with you my 100 days project, which starts today, and some of my ideas and the things that I'm going to work with. So here I've been trying to plan a little bit better this time to ensure that I show up for those 100 days. So I've got 100 days of vintage images. That's my 100 days, and I'm going to try and do something every single day, even if it's only creating some backgrounds. So these are some of the things that I'm going to work with: books, photographs, illustrations, that sort of thing. Maybe images of clothing, buildings that I've got in my stash. Prints from materials such as some vintage doilies that I've got hold of. And these are some of the things that I'm going to try to make. These are just ideas, obviously, in case I get a bit stuck, in case I'm not sure what to do when I've only got a few minutes one day. I can just jump in straight away and do one of these things. So clusters, junk journal pages, mini books, and I've got some really great tins that I want to put them in. Image transfers, gel plate prints, altered objects, maybe onto tissue paper, some of my prints that I've got, and then to alter some of these things like tea bags or feathers, bottles, some of the tins maybe, and playing cards. So I've got all of those things, and I've found out a lot of my stuff. In fact, what I have found in sorting my things out, a lot of my stuff seems to be vintage inspired, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but actually when I go into charity shops or antique shops, I'm drawn to looking at these aged objects. So things like this tin, for example, was something I found recently in a vintage an antique shop, and I really loved the aged patina on the top there, the rust and everything, but it does still open. It's quite clean inside as well, and actually it's still got some of the old tea leaves which I think is fascinating. Whether it's vintage, I don't know, but on the side it does say somewhere about a date. Yeah, there, look, since 1855. So maybe that's something I can look up and do a bit of a Google search on. But yeah, I just thought it was a fab tin anyway. But I also have a massive haul that my mum gave me a number of years ago. Family photos. And I just think, holding that photo, I mean, that's a postcard, look. You know, those just have so much history in them. And some of these people I do remember very vaguely. Some I have no idea who they are, but all have stories. Look at that on the donkeys. Obviously on holiday, which I guess is where a lot of people took their photos anyway. Yeah, more there. Yeah, so I have a real stash there of photographs. If that's something you're interested in, I can always show you those. And I also have some old maps, which, there we go. These are literally falling apart, these maps. So, I mean, again, it makes me feel better for taking them apart, giving them another life, because otherwise they probably would have been put into recycling or worse, in the landfill. But I mean, that, just the aged paper is fantastic, isn't it? Massive piles of things here that are going to fall off. So yeah, there's another one, another map that someone's lovingly taped all of the seams. And the tape has come off, as you can see. So yeah, I used some of that. I've also got this old pack of Happy Families, which is, that's brilliant. I mean, look, consisting of 44 cards of grotesque characters beautifully printed in colour. Now, there are 44 there, and I'm loath to undo something that has a full set. If there was some missing, I probably wouldn't feel so bad, but I do think how brilliant. Maybe the precursor to the garbage pail, if anyone from the 80s remembers that, which they were pretty grotesque as well. More grotesque than, certainly than that one, but he's rather strange, isn't he? But yeah, interesting. An interesting find that was in my local antique charity. Junk antiques, I would say. I think I paid £1 for those. So, and then I've got loads of different bits that I've been collecting in this. Been collecting them in these plastic wallets. So I've got some offcuts of book pages here. So just when I've been cutting out things, I collect all of these bits and I use them to print on or to just tear up and use. So I know they are sort of relatively vintage. I've also got vintage images here that I've been collecting from some of the books. So, breakfast. That's from one of the cookbooks. So yeah, nice pie there. And then, what else is in here? Some band books. What else have we got? Children's annuals. I think this was from the, so I think this was from the girls' annual. I mean, some really lovely words and images that I can cut out and things like this. I mean, how great would that be? Cut that one out, use that in, or maybe her on the phone. That's a great one. The old typewriter and the old telephone. So to cut that out and then to place her somewhere else on a different background. Yeah, I've done a few examples of some of the things that I'm going to have a go at doing. So here is just a tag with one of those vintage images. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Those buttons. And I don't mean it all to be vintage, I just want some vintage inspired things. So these old playing cards, look. And this one here, memories. This is the sort of thing I'm going to have a go at doing for 100 days. So here is, this needs sorting out now, look. That is my pile of things that I am going to be working with. Come and join me on my 100-day journey and make some vintage inspired items with me. Okay, and I'll catch you soon. Have a happy crafting day. Bye.